Yo, what is up, everybody? I actually don't have my camera on. Let me go on ahead and throw that
Oh
on.
shit!
But what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Game
And
Drain
he
with
said
your
that.
boy Ham Solo 05 Gaming. Here with you, Hard Days Mike and Matt Likes Games. Just give us
Matt
a
likes
quick second
game.
as
Yeah, no
Matt
plural.
Like Game.
Matt like game.
Matt Like Game. He is
Matt like
here.
game.
Plural scary.
Plural scary. I love it.
But
All right, go on.
appreciate those of you that stuck around before the show started, and then also appreciate those of you that are watching the show afterwards and whatnot. So let's go on ahead and get the show started. As for video games that we've been playing this week, I would have to say I've been entrenched. I've been very much so entrenched. Oh man, my camera isn't working. Just one moment. Oh shoot.
Rip.
All right, yeah. So yeah, sorry about that. had to get my my camera on, and yeah, OBS is weird software, but it's really fun. Good to use. I recommend it still, even though it's frustrating sometimes.
I think
But
they should sponsor us, honestly.
oh yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so as for what we've been playing lately, as I said, I've been entrenched, getting back rubs, and
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! Yep. All right, here we
go. Hollering at this, teacher and whatnot.
By hollering,
Staying
he means
up
screaming
late.
loudly.
Literally.
He means actually hollering.
just chilling, on Persona 5. Like, I just beat one of the last bosses in that game. And I don't know what's about to happen right now, but I'm excited to get back on and play here in just a little bit and finish up that game because I'm ready to move over to Sonic Frontier, which I just recently bought. So I'm excited to play that game. Let's see if there's anything else. I know there's a couple other games I'm excited to play, but I haven't quite got to them. I did. I'm not sure if I talked about it on here last week, but I did platinum God of War Ragnarok. So that game is done and it's gonna get deleted, and I'm probably never gonna play it again.
Good.
It just is what it is, but it was a fantastic game.
No,
Definitely deserves.
I'm just kidding.
It deserves all the nominations and everything. Like it should be top 2 or 3 game of the year, but I don't know. Like even after platinuming that game, like it just didn't give me the same feeling that I got playing Elden Ring. And I like I walked into God of War knowing I was gonna enjoy it compared to Elden Ring thinking I was gonna hate it and ended up loving it. And I was able to play with friends and stuff like that. But with Elden Ring, I mean not with Elden Ring, but with God of War, one of the things that was kind of a turn off a little bit, that it wasn't really wasn't even a turn off as much as because you can't. I guess you can't really make fun of it that much, but like I like how in Elden Ring there is no easy or hard mode. It's just the game.
Yeah.
Elden Ring. That's the difficulty is Elden Ring.
In God of War, it felt like I have the difficulty on give me no mercy, and I was whooping some ass at sometimes, but like but whenever I got hit, it was like I got hit twice, and would be dead. The only difference between, give me no mercy and give me balance and then give me grace and give me story is just the amount of times that you can really get hit. The like the way that they attack is like literally the same in like all of the modes. I went through each mode and I was like, let me try give me story, let me try give me balance, let me try give me
Like,
no
how do you
mercy.
mean? Sorry, I'm just curious.
So what I'm saying is like if a boss attacks relentlessly, it's the same across the
Oh,
board. It attacks
oh, that stinks.
relentlessly. Maybe a little bit of like pause here and there. Maybe not like as ferociously, but it's like pretty much the same thing. So like if you go into, let's say, like the very last boss, like after you beat the game and then there's another final boss after that, like that's way harder than the end of the game boss.
Mhm.
Like it mostly depends on the color of their health bar than it does with the difficulty. So if their health bar
Okay.
color is like red, it doesn't matter if you are on give me story or give me no mercy. I mean, obviously, give me no mercy. You're going to die a lot quicker because you have less hits that you can take. But
Yeah.
on like give me story, the easiest mode, if you're fighting somebody that's in the red, you're going to probably still lose no matter what. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
it's just
Yeah. Okay.
it,
Okay. Yeah.
it
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's kind of weird. Um it like just because you turn it on to easy mode doesn't give you more, you know, like the ability just to kind of wail around on bosses. Like if you had planned on putting it on give me story and then just walking in the bosses and backhanding them, even though even though they are like their health bar is red, it's not going to happen.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not.
It's definitely
Actually,
not
that
going to
was
happen. It's
there was some
weird.
stuff on there on normal that was kicking my ass. Like side bosses that were just infuriating me. Like not even regular. Like the regular bosses. I don't know about you. I thought the regular bosses pretty easy, especially towards the end of
Mhm.
the game. I didn't struggle too much at all. But there was just some side bosses that were fucking demons on that game.
I've
It was
heard that.
it was a little disrespectful how easy some of the main bosses were
Oh
compared
yeah.
to like the side bosses. I was just like, why are these main bosses bosses? Because these side bosses are just brutal. Like
Yep.
yeah, it's like the side bosses were like, yeah, I don't really feel like ruling the world. You can have it.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna be a
Yeah.
demon over here. I'm just gonna be a fucking demon over here.
I'm gonna be a complete fucking animal.
That's exactly what it felt like. So really,
That is so funny.
I thought it was kind of a weird way, difficulty wise on the game. But then again, like I said, Elden Ring didn't have any difficulty, so it was just like, good luck.
Yeah, it was a
You get
very
in
easy
there,
game.
good
Yep.
luck. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Very
it
easy
was
game.
super. Yeah, it was cakey. It was very cakey. Um, actually, I'm sure a lot of Souls fans would say that that game is easy in
I'm
comparison to
sure they
some of
fucking eat nails for
the
breakfast
previous
too.
ones. Yeah, right.
It's like,
So eat
I will
nails.
say I feel like I played it on easy mode, considering the fact I went mage and then leveled my
Sorcerer.
character.
Just
Yeah,
kidding.
well, then
I'm
I
sorry.
leveled my character up to like something stupid. Like I looked at my character the other day; he's like a level 260 something.
Let's
So it's
go.
like, by the time I beat the game, it was like, yeah, it was difficult, but it
Yeah.
was like it should have been a lot more difficult than it was.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, that's what I've been up to. I'm gonna go over to Hard Days Mike because I'm kind of curious what you've been up to. I feel like I haven't talked to you in like a
Uh,
week.
yeah, I know. It's been fucking work. It's been work, but really, I've been playing a few indie games that I have found on the found. That's all I like to like.
Personal computer.
On Steam's store due to the autumn sale. I picked up a game called Project Warlock 2, which is really fun. Has a bit of a pixel art, but kind of 3D-ish retro shooter vibe. But I really want to talk about one game called Turbo Overkill that is probably, in my opinion, best gotten the spirit and game philosophy design idea down as Doom Eternal while still doing its own thing, more so than a lot of other ones. Like I love Ultra Kill. I love that game to death. I think it's fantastic, but I really, for me, my personal taste, Turbo Overkill really masters it. Well, it's still doing your own things. Like there's like augmentations in it. Like you like almost, it's like a cyberpunky type world where you put augmentations on your body for you, like certain things you do give you more. Like for example, you have a fucking chainsaw leg. And like if you kill someone with it, you can get like an augmentation that like it drops health for you or it drops armor for you. And all this kind of crazy stuff. And you also can go to vending machines to buy more ammo and stuff like that and upgrades it. So it's like it's still doing its own thing. It's not just like, you have to chainsaw someone to get ammo. You're still very much, but there is the idea you want to manage your ammo correctly and use correct damage types on enemies. There are enemies that are more sustainable to this. If you use a weapon like this, it's more deadly because fuck it, that's just the rules. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate that because it's making me kind of pay attention to the game's finer details. And it's only made by one freaking person. That's the amazing thing to me. And those are the games I really love, are the games that are made by one person. It takes a special kind of love and talent and care for your games when you're just one man. That's actually the same with Project Warlock too, which I'm going to talk about in just a sec if that's all right. Yeah, it has a really good soundtrack to it. I love its cyberpunk aesthetic. It's really, really, really fun. Some really awesome level design, world building. It's funny as hell. I really like how they have a sawn-off shotgun in the game, and it's called the Boomer because boomer shooters. They're like kind of like iconic weapons, a sawn-off shotgun. So I really like that. Yeah, it's just overall a really fun game. I also like this to say, there's like you have this weapon where like it like auto locks onto people with missiles, and like when he fires it, your guy just flips them off before they all die, and it's really funny. Every time it's really fucking funny. Yeah, and so just quickly say about Project Warlock. That's another retro style shooter. I wouldn't say it's Doom like, but it does. You do definitely benefit from using multiple weapon types and combining like your spell power type stuff and like your weapons, and because you can do in crazy amounts of damage. Like there's like some like where you could set them on fire with like the flame spell thing, and then you start doing bullet damage, and then it causes them to bleed, and it causes them the bleeding to go faster because now they're damaged, and it's really fun. However, the biggest issue with that game is that it's running on the Unity engine, and they need to fix their shit with Unity. They really got to fix their shit with when it comes to game optimization, because it's not just theirs, but it gets framey for like no reason. So like for example, I'll be at 120 frames a second, no issue. The slightest thing happens, drops down to 117. I'm like, all right, what if I drop my frame rate down to like, let's say 100? And it'll do the exact same frame rate drop. You know what I'm saying? To like 97. It's like an engine related issue rather than like a hardware related issue. And it's annoying because it makes the game stutter, even with VRR, even with G-Sync, whatever you got, it makes it stutter. But yeah, it's fun. Really, other than that, kinda Battlefield 2042. That game's actually fucking really, really good. That the 64 V64 Conquest mode is fucking insane. Like actually fucking insane. Like some of the encounters I've had are like crazy, where like it's like the last ditch effort of the map is like we'd have like 100 tickets left, the enemy team would have like maybe like 50, so they could still technically have a comeback. And like I just remember one point where like desperately holding on to this one area, and I just saw like it must have been at least 40 of them like coming over a hill like in a last ditch push, and it was so cool to see. I mean, thankfully we won, but yeah, it's really, really fun, and it's on Game Pass or EA Play now, and I recommend giving it a check out. It's much better than I remember playing it months ago, so I think it is worth the time now, personally.
All right. Well, sounds like you're enjoying that. How about yourself, Matt? That game.
So Really? Honestly, Skyrim. Uh, Mostly
Yeah.
Skyrim, which is troublesome because I just bought Evil West. Great game, but it's not Skyrim. Nothing
Yeah.
is. So
Well,
Skyrim is
come
Right?
kind of
on. That's not fair.
Skyrim.
No, it's
It's not fair, but it's just the thing I'm playing right now, and
yeah,
it's a problem. So
I get
it's
that.
really Skyrim. Uh, Call of Duty. I played a good amount of Call of Duty multiplayer, surprisingly. But that Skyrim and then Evil West would be the third game. And Evil West, like that game, that game is just like fun. It's just silly fun.
Yeah.
Like the combat in that game is really, really good. Um, you can tell it's sort of a game that I was watching Mr. Matty Plays give a review on it, and he said it was like a 360 era game, and I can definitely see that. You can see where like the budget
I want you to
was.
I want you to really break that down because I've heard you say this already, and I
Yes,
was like confused on like whether that's a good thing or a bad thing because that sounds
it
kind
can
of
be
like mid.
it can be either of those. It can be a good thing or bad. It feels like I don't know. It feels a little bit nostalgic, if
Yeah.
that makes like it feels like a late era 360 game, like where it's the scope is not big at all. There's the scope of this game is very much not big. They focused on doing one thing, and they did that one thing as good as they could possibly do it, and that's the combat. And they did it really, really good. So like you'll have what I mean by 360 air game. It's like you'll see stuff in the background. You're like, that doesn't look up to snuff, particularly. That doesn't look great. But then you have a fight, and you're just like, wow, that's phenomenal. They did that really, really well. The dialogue in the game. Um, I noticed the main character is I think his name is Rentier. I think is how I think that's how you say it. I'm not entirely sure how you say it because in the game people call you Rentier or Rentier or Rentier. They call you like three different names, and it doesn't seem to matter like how you pronounce it. So I'm not sure what you actually call him. So the voice acting's off. I'll say some of the graphics can be off, but what needs to look good looks great, and what needs to be fun is really fun, and that's the combat. And the boss fights in that game are pretty awesome too.
That's
What
good.
would you compare like the boss fights to?
Uh, it's funny.
Olympics.
It would be funny to say God of War, but I'm struggling to think of anything. It's not on that scale. God of War does it better, obviously, but it's like
Halo Infinite.
it's that. It's
Halo Infinite.
like it's imagine a
Sorry.
360 game, but it's like a 360 version of God of War. Like the bosses are just big brutes. They look kind of silly. They look goofy, but they're tough and you can beat the shit out of them. It's fun. Uh I'm trying to think of another game like because obviously God of War is the thing everyone compares that to as far as the combat. I'm trying to think
Because
of there's like
I listened to your review, or you know your short, like what would you call it? Not
just
it.
thoughts on it, just
Yeah,
thoughts.
like thoughts or you know, whatever people call those little tidbits,
Impressions, quick
impressions.
impressions.
Thank you. Yeah, I watched your impressions video of it, and I thought it looked good at some times, and then I was like, man, like this really reminds me of the game I just platinumed. like I'm
Mhm.
literally looking at it, and like the camera angle kind of feels like that kind like the melee combat kind of reminds me of it. The only thing that seems that threw me off a little bit was the gun. I was like, because the gun kind of gave me like like not copy and paste even close at all, but it gave me Red Dead vibes a little bit. Just
Yeah.
just some of the gunplay did, but I gotta ask like a couple questions. Like, is there do you ever mount anything in that game? Is there a bike that you ride or anything? Or are you just
I would
walking?
s- I don't know because I am nowhere near beating this game, but I would have to say probably not, given the scale of the game. It's a very linear game. I don't know. unless there was some sort of a chase or something. I don't know where you would have a bike or something, but maybe I don't know. Up to this point though, no, there's nothing like that.
Okay, and you said this game is multiplayer. Have you tried that at all yet?
I have not tried multiplayer. I would like to. I wonder. I haven't even checked honestly if there's matchmaking or if you have to actually do it with friends. I might look at that after the stream and see what's up.
All
Wait,
right,
there's
and then
multiplayer? I thought that
Yeah,
game was
there's
single player only.
it's co-op. It's co-op game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
and then the last question is like did it come out and feel finished?
It felt, and this is a good thing about the fact that it feels like a 360. This is factors into it. Is it did feel finished. It felt like they did. It felt like they didn't have a huge budget, but they did everything that they possibly could with what they had, and they finished the game. Is what it felt like.
Okay.
I didn't feel
Okay.
like I didn't feel like I was playing something that wasn't done.
Like Halo Infinite? I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
like Halo Infinite, like Halo Infinite.
You nailed it,
If,
bud.
Let's
if we're being
go.
honest,
I'm always right. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
but you're kidding, but it's
Yeah.
It's facts.
yeah.
That I'm always right.
Hard
Yeah.
facts.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, and then one last game I wanted to bring up that I've been playing that I forgot to even mention, and I got my wife super duper addicted to it is Vampire Survivors. I always want to call it Vampire Slayer. But it's Vampire Survivors, and man, like that game is ridiculous. Like how easily you can get addicted to it. I had to like pull myself away from it and say, no, you need to finish this game, which was God of War at the time, and then now it's Persona, and then I even went out and purchased Sonic, which now I need to get into that game. But there's so many other games I need to play before I really try to involve my time with a game like Vampire Survivors. Because Vampire Survivors is a black hole. That game is a fucking black hole. And you can get caught like I'm sitting here watching my wife play it like every day now that I got her hooked onto it. And it's just like I feel bad that I took her away from Halo because it is killing her. That game is cancer. But it's so good though. Like it's literally drugs. That game is just drugs. But I got a Series
Seems
S as well. I wanted to announce that on the stream.
Let's
That's
Um,
unfortunate.
go.
I
Just kidding.
I there was a sale at Target for $250 for a Series S, which is already a good deal, right? That's $50
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
But then it came with a $50 gift card. So then
Yep.
it made this so then it's like pretty much $200. I used that
$50
$50
worth of
gift
snacks.
card to turn around and get some extra gifts for my daughter
Well,
for her
snacks.
birthday because her birthday was just this last weekend.
That's nice.
So
Happy birthday, Rain.
So yeah, so now the super duper old Xbox I can comfortably give to her, the VCR Xbox, and
Oh man, nice.
I'm gonna take that one X that I have that was in the living room, and I'm gonna hook it into my system selector that goes to my PlayStation 360 and Dreamcast. And the reason I'm doing that is so I can grab a separate set of headphones, be able to be in a party chat with you guys on Xbox and stuff like that, be able to hear my Dreamcast game, PlayStation 3 game, or 360 game, and be able to listen to like Spotify or whatever at the same exact time, all through the One X. And since I got that splitter, I'm assuming this will work properly.
I mean, it should.
It should,
right?
but
in theory.
Yeah, but we'll see.
mean,
We'll
yeah.
definitely see, right? Because electronics and stuff like that, and trying to get everything to work correctly together, something could definitely go wrong.
Yeah.
But
Probably have to do some tinkering, but it should work. Should.
right.
Keyword should. Keyword is should. That's all I'll say.
All right. Well, let's move over to some of the news. Matt hit us with some of the stuff that
Yeah, man.
you
Well,
thought that was extremely interesting for this week.
man, you're overselling it so much. I can't. But okay. I mean, first, I feel like we should probably talk and get this out of the way. The whole Xbox, Activision, Blizzard, Sony, like the whole fucking fiasco, but like basically them just cucking themselves, both of the companies just cucking themselves the whole week, trying to get this deal either blocked or to go through. And it's getting just for Xbox, it's getting a little pathetic. And for
Yeah.
Sony, it's just also getting pathetic. I don't know what to say. Because you saw
So, what about the
Xbox was like,
Xbox thing? Is what was pathetic? I want to know from you.
well, okay, so the whole first of all, they flat out lied and said that, Call of Duty is irrelevant based on like Metacritic scores or whatever the fuck they're talking about. And then they're like, what was that shit they said? There's like a direct quote from
Their games aren't as good as other
yeah,
Yeah.
our games, Sony puts out more exclusives that are of higher quality than our games. And it's like, yeah, that's not wrong, but also have some
That's
fucking
so.
self-respect.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's so
Like, come on.
disrespectful to your
It's
own
just
devs. God
exactly.
damn.
Have a little fucking self-respect. I get what you're doing. You really want this deal to go through. I get it, but just fucking please
Yeah,
act
exactly.
somewhat dignified.
Yeah.
I mean, but then you got Sony. It's on the other end. It's like their whole thing of like they want to turn us into Nintendo. It's like, is that first of all, is that bad? Second of all, you're not gonna be Nintendo because you own like fucking 4 or 5 IPs that can compete with Call of Duty, but you don't allow it to because you just fucking killed them. So like, I, both of these companies suck right now.
Also, to me right now, it's just how they're like, they might raise the price of their games and their
Yeah,
services and hardware. I'm like, bitch, you're doing that already. And in fact,
you
you're not. Well, and just to say, you're not just doing that. You're doing it in markets you can get away with. You're
yes.
not. You're not. You didn't do it in the U.S.
Oh man,
You did.
yes, 100%.
You did it in markets you could get away with because you always run away with the wins there. You're not doing it in markets that are actually competitive for you. You're already doing it. It's
Yep,
like please stop. Like stop. I can't. I can't with them. That's all I got to say.
dude. I f- I find it so weird that Microsoft hasn't come out and called them out on their hypocrisy. I'm imagining, I'm truly imagining that they're going to wait to do stuff like that in court
Yeah.
because this will probably go to court,
Yeah.
and I would imagine that's when they'll start to just, hey, that Sony does literally everything they're saying that we're going to do.
Yeah.
So like that's all I'm thinking because like I can't imagine why else they wouldn't be like, yeah, Sony does that already.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh, I don't know. I'm honestly at this point fed up with both of the companies. I want Microsoft to grow fucking spine and say, like, I know they can't, but I just want to be like, let us have the deal because we fucking need it. Okay? Like, don't and don't shit on your developers while you're saying it too. Don't be like, we need it because we suck. We need it because we need to compete with Sony, and this is how they're competing. So, I mean, just I wish we could just be honest. I wish we could just
Yeah.
be honest about the whole situation, but unfortunately, we can't. But I thought I'd bring that up because I feel like that's the biggest news this week is,
Yeah.
those two companies having a cucking contest between each between each other. So,
Like
uh,
I don't know. It's annoying.
it is.
You know, people
It
And the thing
is.
is too is like, it was funny though. I saw some people being like, "Oh my god, Microsoft finally said their shit." I'm like, "Do you guys not realize just like 3 weeks ago, PlayStation said they can't make a game that can compete in the
Yeah,
same way with Call of Duty, and they have
PlayStation
game
literally just lied.
Yeah, and it's like I'm like, you guys don't understand. These people are doing literally everything they can to get this deal to go the fuck through.
Exactly.
Like, or to fail or to go through. They're just like they're doing absolutely everything, and it's just really unfortunate that people are just like just I don't know disingenuous to that degree. But
Yeah.
is
I
what it is.
I honestly don't like at this point, I don't know. Like I don't know how many more weeks we can talk about Xbox and Activision, or
Yeah.
anybody can talk about it for that matter. It's just one of these
Oh,
things. I feel like I feel like it's gonna happen. I feel like the only way it's going to happen is in court.
yeah.
I think it's going to be blocked. I think Microsoft will take them to court, and then I think it will be passed
Mm. Definitely
at this
fucking
point.
possible. Definitely possible.
But I don't know. Ham, do you have anything to say
Did you
about
say you think
these?
it's going to be blocked?
I think that the EU is going to block it. I think the UK is going to block it, and Microsoft. I'm not saying the whole deal is going to be blocked. I think that the UK regulators are going to block it. Microsoft is going to take them to court, and they're going to be like, "Oh, wait, never mind."
So
Yeah,
what? So what's up with the news then, as of lately, that the FTC is
Well,
looking
that
to?
that's that whole thing's funny because there was an article about that, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." But then I read the article. I have to bring it back up again, but I read the article, and in the article directly contradicts that exact headline. Like it says nothing about the FTC wanting to block the deal. In fact, I believe it said something like the exact opposite of that. So I feel like that was just a headline for headline's sake, but I don't think that's a real thing. And again, if it is, it's like Microsoft's not gonna just be like, okay, all right,
yeah,
I guess we tried. They're gonna sue them, and they're gonna take them to court, and then they're gonna start doing all that shit where what we were talking about earlier. Like, Sony does literally all the shit that they say that we're going to do. Like, I hope you guys know that, and they're doing it in your country too. So
yeah. Like literally, they're doing it. Like I
it's
don't know, man. I just don't understand. I mean, like, yeah, you know,
yeah. Who knows what's gonna happen at this point? It's really. I just wish it was over.
yeah.
I just wish
Same
it was
here.
over. But
Same
someday
here.
soon.
Someday
Someday soon.
soon. Yeah.
Never.
Oh,
I hope this deal takes fucking another couple of years, bud.
you imagine?
Just more
oh.
fighting.
Was it fucking gonna turn into World War One of fucking video game acquisitions?
Let's
It's
go.
the Phil Spencer and Jim Ryan interviews just turn into them crying, just a crying
Yeah.
contest.
Fucking Jesus. Feels like it.
uh,
I want Jim Ryan to come on to WWE Raw and call out Phil Spencer to the center of the ring and say, "You took my job." That
Oh
would
my
be
god.
fantastic.
that'd be
He
something.
took his dirt.
He took my nerve.
but
He took his
Oh my
nerve. Okay.
god.
but yeah, now that we're done with that news, that we're gonna
Yeah.
definitely be back at some point. Um,
Hopefully not
what
soon.
else? What other things you got for us? Anything else on the list?
I mean, it was officially confirmed by Microsoft. Again, we all knew this, but it was officially confirmed that Elder Scrolls 6 is indeed an exclusive to Xbox and PC. And then everybody freaked out. Or not everybody, but like people, a certain side of people, a certain group freaked out and said, "Look, this is exactly what's going to happen with Call of Duty." And I'm like, dude, we already knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why we're surprised by this. They said it, I'm pretty sure, like a while ago when they
I
brought
have
up
no idea.
Starfield. But yeah, that has been confirmed officially by Microsoft to be an exclusive. Also, the fact I didn't have this written down, but I might as well bring it up because I remember it now. Uh, the fact that in Microsoft's documents, I believe it was brought up that GTA almost said 5. GTA 6 is set to release in 2024, as well as I mean, granted, again, these are just speculations and documents, and then as well as new consoles in 2028, at least for the PS6. So
Wait,
I don't know.
what release for the PS6?
Okay, so there were in Sony's documents to the CMA, uh, was it Sony's or Microsoft's? I cannot remember.
Microsoft's. It was Microsoft's.
Yeah, okay. They brought up that the fact that the PS6 is to be released in 2028. So there's that, which, take it with a grain of salt or whatever. I'm sure Microsoft has some idea of when they'll probably release their next console, just like they probably know when they're going to release theirs. But, you got to take it with a grain of salt. But it's interesting to think about, what is it, 2022? We got about another 6 years of this generation, if that's true, which
Right.
seems short, but it's not.
It ain't.
It's not short.
It's about normal, actually.
Yeah, it is. And
That's
I don't know
actually
why it
that's
feels
actually a
short.
little bit that's actually a little bit longer than the last generation by like a year.
Yeah. That's wild. It just feels short. Probably because of the fucking 20 just because of the fucking world. But
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was interesting. I thought it was interesting that they also talked about GTA 6. I think the context of that was like, that's one thing that you can also play on your PlayStation 5 that's not going to go away. But as far as anything else, crazy interesting.
Well,
I think it's interesting.
before you
Okay.
move on, I just want to say it is insane how messy this court case is getting. It's getting to the
Yeah.
point that games that ain't got nothing to do with the deal are getting
No.
leaked out and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Like it's insane. Like
Yeah,
consoles
oh,
that ain't even came out yet that has possibly something to do with it just because of Call of Duty is being leaked out and stuff like that. And
did you
it's just
did you see
this is all for just to keep Call of Duty. This is insane.
PlayStation was like, in their documents they mentioned Battlefield can't compete with Call of Duty. And I thought it was fucking hilarious. It's like, why are you talking about, like, Battlefield's just like, why the fuck are you talking about us for?
Yeah.
What did
It's
we
like
do? It's
Did
just
they
that.
say that?
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. PlayStation just does not know. Like,
But
I don't know, man.
PlayStation, like, Microsoft and PlayStation are both embarrassing themselves
Yeah.
at this point.
And
But
fucking just treat. Sorry, go on.
PlayStation's actually burning bridges.
Yeah.
They're actively like, because you would assume that if this deal goes through, that Battlefield typically has marketing, or Xbox has marketing with Battlefield typically. Maybe they keep that, but why? If you have Call of Duty, if you can market Call of Duty, why would you spend extra money to market Battlefield? So you would assume that would just go to PlayStation. And PlayStation in their documents said that Battlefield can't compete
So we
with,
don't want that shit.
yeah, basically. It's it's like, you don't need to say that. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of true, but it's like, don't fucking say that. That's like a potential partner for you. That's like your ally, and you're just shitting on them. So, like, I don't know, especially because the dude at Battlefield, or not the dude at Battlefield, but the CEO of EA, I forget his name's, like Andrew something. I forget his name, but he was
Tate.
talking about how this deal could be beneficial for Battlefield because it opens up a whole new, like, if it were to be exclusive, it opens up a whole new opportunity for Battlefield to step into that role, which it does. I mean, who knows if they would, but it's like,
Yeah.
it does open up a huge
And then
opportunity
Sony
for
just
them.
comes out right away and says they ain't shit.
Sony comes out and says, "Fuck that game."
Yeah.
Fuck that game. I just thought it was funny. It's like, what did Battlefield do to you? You guys just hate each other right now, and and like, all these games and all these studios and all these partners are just like kids in the middle of a divorce. And you're
Feels
just
like
fucking
it. Jesus
just
Christ.
fighting over it, just bringing them into it for no reason. I thought it was hilarious. But
You just the
does
boy.
anyone else have anything to say about, you know, that whole nonsense?
Sony, get over it.
I agree.
That's it. And Microsoft, stop
Microsoft
shitting on your own
grows,
games.
yeah, grow some balls. Grow some balls, please. And Sony, stop. Just stop. But I wanted to bring this up because I was actually super interested in it.
And make a new type
I
of
know you
game for
guys are also
once.
pretty
Sorry, go
interested
on.
in it, and that's
Yeah.
the Witcher 3 Next Gen update, which is actually a lot beefier of an update than I thought it would be. I knew it was going to be pretty decent size, but like they actually had a lot of stuff in this update. One of which, the thing I'm actually most excited for, which sounds insane, is the new camera angle. How you can have a close-up camera, so it's more like a legit third-person action game than, you know, whereas the original Witcher 3, it was like you're Geralt's dead center in the screen and you're like 10, 20 feet away from it, feels like it. So
Ugh.
I like this new camera because it kind of reminds me of what we just
Halo
played,
Infinite.
Ragnarok. It
Yeah.
reminds me of Ragnarok, and you can have that camera in combat. You can have it just roaming around, and you can also have it on horseback, which I think
I
is
like the
really
sound of
dope.
that a lot.
Which is really dope. And the game just looks fucking crazy. Like I knew it was gonna look better, but it looks
Is that coming to
so,
PC as well?
yeah, everything comes to
Okay.
PC.
Nice.
Um,
Okay.
it looks so much better than I thought it would look. And I've got a ton of places to play that at because I bought it on Xbox, PC, PS5, so I get to beat that game 3 times over. So I'm hyped for that. Um, but does anybody have any thoughts on the Witcher 3 Next Gen update while I bring up what's actually all included in the update?
I don't because I
Um,
haven't really like I played like I want to say like anywhere between 3 to 5 hours of The Witcher, and that's it. That's because I only own it on my Switch. I need to get the
Yeah,
I need to somehow figure out a way to get it for my Xbox or whatnot.
it's on sale right now, I think, for Cyber Monday. It's probably like,
Well,
if it's on sale, it's probably like $8 or something. 8, $9.
well, damn, I might have to check that out. That's not bad.
I'll look it up for you. But yeah,
I got to figure out what it is on Steam because I want to buy that on my computer.
it's on sale on Steam. I know that for a fact.
Sorry.
You're good.
I
That was
paused the game
wild.
and
You're
I
good.
had paused the game and I forgot I was fighting a marauder and all I just hear is "Roar," and the sword and the axe is being thrown
It
in my face.
happens.
It scared me. All right, we're
Hey, man, it
good.
happens.
I need to just put
Uh,
my gameplay up instead of me having a webcam so you guys can see what I'm always doing. All right, go on.
I wish
Sorry. I
they would
wish
just give me a list of all the stuff that's in this next gen update.
isn't there like an actual photo? No, wait. There's always been a photo mode, isn't
Yeah,
there?
no, there has not been a photo mode. That's a good
Okay.
point because they did add photo mode and it looks fantastic. It looks a lot like Cyberpunk's photo mode,
Oh,
with
nice.
like the settings and whatnot. It's very very good looking. I'm trying to find
Handsome.
the actual list of, yes, it's a very handsome photo mode.
Fucking hands
Uh,
already trying to wonder if I can romance it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Ugh.
he's looking for teachers.
Trying to give me
Oh
another shoulder
God.
rub.
Fucking cheeseburger
God,
game mini game or whatever the fuck that is.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. The competition thing that you do for the
that makes me so angry. I don't even want to talk about it. We're good.
I don't even know
you
what
get
that is, but
you
yeah,
get XP for guts, knowledge, and I think
Like, what the fuck
proficiency.
does that even mean? Like, what are you talking about? I don't even want to talk about it. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
I
We can talk about more Persona if you guys want.
No.
Oh, let's list off this next gen updates
Yeah,
features. Okay, so
please.
for PS5 and Series X, 60 FPS performance mode or 30 FPS quality plus ray tracing. And the ray tracing is real-time global illumination plus ray traced ambient occlusion, FSR 2.0 implementation, DualSense haptics on PlayStation, up close camera, which I was talking about, reworked foliage, improved textures and level of detail, and my fucking Twitter just reset. So there's and then awesome quality of life changes, whatever that means. But yeah, there's actually a lot in this update, and I was not expecting it to be nearly as big as it is, and it makes me even more excited to play this game. By the time this comes out, I will likely be done with Callisto Protocol, so it's perfect timing, very good timing. Does anybody want to talk about Witcher 3 any more than that?
So do you have to buy the game? I mean, like obviously you buy the game, The Witcher,
Yeah.
but once you buy it, do you just automatically get the?
Yeah, it's a free update. So right here, Witcher 3, the complete edition right now, game of the year with all the DLC,
Yeah,
Well,
it's
how much
$10
$10, yeah.
on where?
On
on
Xbox,
Xbox.
I would assume it's not much more expensive on Steam. It's
It's
probably
Yeah.
probably like
either the same or
$7 on
less.
Steam.
Yeah.
Let's go. Sorry,
In fact, I'll check that for you while we're talking here.
Thank
But
you.
what
I
are you saying,
appreciate
Ham?
that.
I want to get this game, but man, I got so much
Well, you're not going to be playing it
others
until the 14th. So
Wait, the 14th of when? What month?
next month.
of
Oh, okay.
December.
Yeah, it comes out.
I think I'm gonna get it because I need an RPG.
This is
Like, I need an
This
RPG.
is definitely an RPG.
I don't see how you said that.
This is, I mean, there's a lot of RPGs, and this is definitely one of them.
This is definitely one of them.
Yeah,
I'll
$9.99.
think about getting it. I want to, but I don't know when I'll get to it. And
No, you'll get to it right fucking now, bud.
I
Right?
mean, yeah, because when does Callisto come out?
The second.
Tomorrow.
Callisto
It
comes out on the second.
It comes out Friday. It comes out this
Next Friday.
This Friday. I
Okay,
think.
cool.
Wait. Yeah, this Friday.
All right.
Which
All right.
is again nice because from what everyone is saying, I mean the developer, the head guy at the studio for Callisto, said it's like a what 10 to 12 hour game, I think he said, which is perfect because that's not too long,
That's super
and
short.
it gets me finished with the game. Hopefully, I enjoy it, take more time in it, but it's not too long, and then I can play Witcher 3. So it works out perfect on my end.
I don't know. Well, you'll have a little bit of time to play Witcher, I guess,
I'll
because
have tons of time to play Witcher.
High on Life comes out not too much longer after that.
Well, I mean, I'll play a little bit of High on Life, but I mean, Witcher 3
Yeah.
versus High on Life. I mean, I'm excited for High on Life, but
It's
much
Witcher
like
3.
much like
Witcher
Evil,
3's been out.
Exactly, but much like Evil West, I was excited for Evil West. Love the game, but Skyrim happened, so it's like
When one of your favorite like RPGs are a different force compared to every other game once it gets
exactly.
hooked in you.
I see what you're saying.
It just fucking consumes everything. Every spare moment I have has just been Skyrim for the last 4 days, and it's not healthy, but I'm enjoying it.
I've still
So
really yet to get like entrenched in that game. Like that the Skyrim's definitely a game that I'd like to play, but I don't know.
It is a
Like
game, yes.
I feel like I missed that boat. Like I missed it, and it's just
that's a
kind of
game.
gone.
I would say that could also be true because I'll say it hasn't aged great, but it's aged well enough that I can play it and still very much enjoy it because I played it when it came out, as opposed to something like Oblivion, which I can still play and enjoy, but I do not enjoy that game at the level I enjoy Skyrim.
What, you
And
don't like
it's
ranking up every time you jump?
oh, dude, that the way the leveling system in Oblivion is fucking dumb as shit. I don't know who made that, but it was dumb.
You
And
jump
then
every
like
time. Athletics ranked up. Athletic ranked
yeah,
up. Athletic ranked. It's like, okay,
and
buddy, bring up.
I don't know how to level up. It doesn't tell me how to level. I don't know. That game is a mess. People love it though, so God bless. But like I feel like in order to get into that game now without having played it before, you'd have to find what you want to play as, and you'd have to really enjoy that thing. Because
Mm.
there's so many different ways you could play that game. Like I'm doing an Archer playthrough because I've never done an Archer playthrough really. You can be a mage, you can be like you could go hand to hand combat if you wanted to. I mean, being psychotic, but you could. You could do like swords, you could go like warhammers and shit. You could do like sword and shield. Like there's a ton of different ways you could approach that game. Or you could just be a fucking healer and conjure shit to fight for you. Like there's so many ways you could
Yeah.
approach that game. But it's like you'd have to find what you like and then really hone in on leveling that thing up and then making it fucking just really, really good. Because
Yeah.
once you do that, then the game takes off to like a different level. But I understand what you're saying. The first, I don't know, 7 hours of the game, especially your first time playing it, you're just kind of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, and it's not that engaging.
Well, for me
And
though,
so,
that's kind of what made me like thought that game was a masterpiece. For my opinion, when I first played it as a kid, and that's when I didn't play like any RPGs like up until that point. Was I was kind of like, it was kind of like figure it out.
yeah,
It's like we're not telling you that here's a sword, here's a crossbow, here's spells. This is what you are. They're like, figure it out. Who are you? You are the fucking
exactly,
dragonborn. You know what I'm saying? It's like you are whoever the fuck you want to be. And that's to me what
exactly.
I think as a kid though, that's what like I mean as a kid, I was like 18. Fuck am I saying? What made it so special to me was like I mean I played other RPGs at that point, but nothing to that scale. Where
Yeah,
like I was just plopped in. That dragon scene will forever be in my fucking head. When I was like, I remember the first. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then after that, they're like, "You escape," and it's like, "Yep, here you go. Just do whatever you want now." It's like after you depart with,
literally whatever you want.
like, dude, like you could literally go do absolutely
Ha-
anything else,
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter. Like, and it's
Ham. I'll tell you for context on what Mike is saying. When he says anything else, the first time I played that game, I didn't start the main story. I mean, start. I didn't do the first part of the main story. I escaped at the very beginning, like you're supposed to. I didn't talk to the Jarl. I didn't start that story until like 130 hours into the game.
yeah,
Oh
So
my
it
god.
like, yeah, like
yeah.
I was just off doing shit. I was just exploring, seeing stuff, and then I was like, oh shit, there's actually a story, like a start, middle, and end to this game.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. So it's like it's one of those games. It's
And
that kind of game.
And what's really cool too is like as you play too, and like I just fucking well, not because it's a circle jerk fucking Halo Halo. It's
Halo.
Skyrim.
No one's doing
Sky,
that.
yeah, Skyrim. But like I don't know, I just there's something so special about that era, Bethesda game in general. Is like and it was there like in Fall. I'm not gonna pretend it wasn't, but there's like something about the 360 era of like Obsidian and like Bethesda. There's something so special about how all those games feel and played. Like
Yeah.
I just felt I know, but we're talking about Skyrim in particular. I just felt like you were dropped into a world and the game's like fucking figure it out. You can literally go become a cannibal right now if you want to, and like or a vampire, I guess, is the better
Yep.
alternative to that. Like right now, fuck it, do it. And it's like you want to go adopt kids, do it. It's like I guess that's came with
That's
that.
another thing. You can fucking adopt children.
That
Dude, like
wish is insane.
I literally have like 2 kids and they beg me for money.
That's so. I completely forgot about that. But
I
yeah,
remember
it's
that stream I did where like
yeah.
I moved them out to a fucking like cabin in the mountains and they got attacked by a dragon. Like it's this fucking they're just we're like let's go play hide and seek now. I'm like fine, and we like, go outside and you start fucking
Nope.
getting attacked.
Just getting
And
fucking scorched by a dragon.
and it was funny though because for the first minute though they kept actually trying to play while they're being attacked.
Oh my god.
It's just funny because
They've
it's just
seen
the AI.
crazier things.
Yeah,
It's no
exactly.
big deal.
And so I
Dragon ain't
moved them.
shit.
Yeah, it's just so funny. It cracks me up. But
Moving
Little
some
kids are
shits to Ripken.
they're masters of minding their own business.
yeah, exactly.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
god.
But yeah, that's the kind of like it's one of those games you gotta about 7-8 hours and then you'll have your mind made up. But yeah, highly suggest it. But again, I understand it's not a game for everybody. So
Yeah.
I think if
Yeah,
I
I
would have
100%.
got into it a little earlier and wasn't so like because like I'm not gonna say the game isn't great and I couldn't get it and I can't get into it. It's just it's hard to fight and want to like get into a game that you know is gonna take as long as that did. Like Persona for me, for instance, it was hard for me to really get into it, but once I did, it was like and like and it's just like Skyrim in the sense where it took me 12 hours to know that, all right, like I'm actually gonna involve myself in this game. And now it's been like probably near like 100 hours that I've played Persona. And
yeah,
I mean,
RPGs are hard
it's
like that.
insane.
Like you can't really bounce to RPG to RPG. It just happens. Like you can't
yeah,
be because like at least depending on the type of RPG it is too. Like you can't. I couldn't imagine playing Persona and Skyrim or any other RPG of that like caliber and
Like at the
size.
same time.
And it's literally not possible. You just not be having any fun because like you get lost in these worlds and then like it's just like I remember like I don't even remember how many hours I put on that fucking Skyrim save of mine. Like when I got back into it in like what was it like April or whatever. Like I was like I remember like there was a day I woke up, literally ate breakfast, and then I sat down and I got back up again. The sun was fucking going down. Like that's how long I was playing
yeah,
Skyrim for. Like, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, I can't do that again.
yeah.
Like, once you realize, like, you're like, shit, I can't do that again. But and it happens again, but this time with I don't know. But it's that game is something else, man. There's something about that game I just can't fucking explain it. Where it just sucks you in and it doesn't let go. I
No,
can't.
it doesn't.
It's
Well,
so
for
hard for me
the
to be.
well, The Witcher
Oh,
though, like, is it as consuming, like, to get sucked into
The Witcher
as Skyrim?
3, for me, I mean, a lot of people would say you could put hundreds and hundreds of hours into The Witcher. I beat The Witcher 3 in about 50 hours.
mhm,
Granted, I mean, this time is going to be different because I didn't do much of the side stuff.
mhm.
So I'm sure if you did a bunch of the side stuff like you're supposed to do, really taking the story and everything, story's fucking crazy in that game. But like if you do all the stuff you're supposed to be doing, then it probably takes about 100 hours. But
And oh, sorry.
but like yeah, that game people will say yeah that game will consume you just like Skyrim. But I mean it didn't for me.
Can I say something real quick too before I forget? Is that's one of the things I liked about Skyrim though is I felt like everything was almost treated in the same tone and tone and what I mean by that is I feel like every quest I stumble upon unless it was like some generic fetch quest I felt like it was treated almost of the same importance and delivered as like of something of importance. I can't really explain. Nothing. I mean, like, yeah, they were side quests, but there was some really interesting. I mean, a lot, not even just some. Like, I feel like a
Yeah.
good chunk of the side quests in Skyrim were actually pretty freaking interesting.
They actually they do a good job with it.
Like,
Really good job.
like I still can't get over the one run where you go drinking with that one dude and you're fucking going all over Skyrim trying to figure out what the fuck happened and how you got so shit faced to begin with, and
Hmm.
and like like that one's really fun. But I won't spoil the how that completely goes. But there's just so many like random things, like fucking. It's like you like overhear a random conversation that'll start an entire quest line. Like
Yeah.
it's like the amount of like I'll just say like the Dark Brotherhood one. I won't spoil what it is, but like you can overhear shit that leads you to like fucking completely story altering paths. Like and I don't know, it's just really, really cool. And I think it's
Cool.
fucking great.
I'd have to agree. I do have a topic that I completely forgot about that I think it's news that came out today.
Mhm.
And that is the fact that Sony tried to put PlayStation Plus on Xbox.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Wait, what?
I
Really?
thought that was incredibly interesting to hear. Um, I think also Xbox tried to get not PlayStation, Xbox Game
PlayStation on
Pass
PlayStation.
on PlayStation, but PlayStation obviously declined that.
Yeah,
Just like Xbox obviously declined PlayStation Plus on Xbox. But I thought that was interesting that PlayStation even
tried
thought
that.
of doing that. That would have been like the last thing I would expect them to do.
Yeah, that's
Really?
really
So they
interesting.
so they tried to get The Last of Us on the Xbox, and
They,
Xbox said no
Probably
thanks.
through streaming.
I'm not entirely sure what they try. All I know is it said PlayStation Plus. Who knows what that entails? I don't know.
That would entail The Last of Us and stuff like that, you know?
But I also
God,
think
could you
that if
imagine playing God of War 2018 on your Xbox?
I well, that'd be a better experience. But
Oh my God.
Let's go.
I also
Put it in
feel
its place.
like just like for like
The
the
cap.
opposite scenario,
Cap.
like if with Xbox Game Pass on PlayStation, I feel like with PlayStation on Xbox, it would probably be something like Mike said, like it's either just streaming or it's like here's some third party stuff and you're not getting like God of War, Last of Us or something like that. Um but I feel actually, you know what? I feel like Xbox probably would offer first party stuff if they could get on PlayStation.
No,
I feel
yeah,
like they probably would.
maybe it's PlayStation that doesn't want to, which I kind of don't
Yeah.
blame them.
Well, if they let them on there, then
Gotta
it's like
gatekeep, baby.
that's
Yeah.
just that's just an advertisement for game. PlayStation just becomes an advertisement for Game Pass.
Yeah.
uh, that'd be
All right.
fantastic.
All right. Well, I'm not sure if anybody has any, but do we have any takes of the week this week? Because it's been pretty quiet for me. I've been kind of staying off of social media for the most part this week. I've been on it a little bit, just
Yeah.
kind of joking around and stuff like that. And you know, I announced that I got the Series S and whatnot. But and I had some pretty cool takes in there as well. Like, oh man, you spent more than $20 for that thing. It's a rip. You got scammed, and
God.
then well, that
What our
wasn't even
fan
the
base did that.
that wasn't even the
Ooh.
worst thing that happened in that post. The worst part of that post of that guy saying that about me spending money on this Series S was then after he had spoke on, oh yeah, you got scammed if you spent that amount on a Series S, is that all these scammer posts started coming on to it as
Yeah.
well. So, oh, you got scammed. Well, you should talk to my guy, blah blah blah,
Just
on
at
DM
Global
me.
Gamer.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's our
Give me your cash
WhatsApp
app.
phone number. Here's our WhatsApp number. If you got scammed, you can get your stuff back right here. And I'm just like, wow.
That's crazy. I have all the stuff from the people who got scammed right here next to me. I just need you to send me your social security.
all you
That's
need to say, all you need to say in the comment section or on a post is I got scammed. And
Yep.
a million posts will start coming under it of
Yep.
scammers trying to scam you.
Oh yeah.
It's
100%.
insane. It's insane.
But you reminded me. I had a take that again. You just reminded me of this. On my Series S review, I did a while ago. At this point, I got a comment on it recently. The comment has since been deleted, but it was to the effect of that the Series S is just a fucking Xbox 360 that loads faster.
Wait,
And
what
I
That's
happened
thought
interesting.
exactly?
that was just hysterical. I thought it was
Wait,
hysterical.
say
He
that again.
said,
I'm sorry.
did I say 360? He said
Yeah.
Xbox One. He said it's an Xbox One
Oh,
that loads faster. The
okay.
Xbox Series S. And I thought that was just hysterical.
That's not true.
It's so not true. And alls I did was I replied to him and I said, "Can the Xbox One run Cyberpunk at 60 FPS?" And then he deleted the comment.
That's funny.
But yeah, I thought that was a pretty fucking cool take.
Oh god, dude.
Sonic
People really
Andres
don't like.
in the chat said I have a take. Genshin is killing itself with new characters that players can't even use optimally. See the version 3.3 live stream. So
What
I
the hell
guess
is Genshin?
Doesn't sound good.
so Genshin Impact. It's
Oh, yeah, that game.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know
Yeah,
why
I
for
guess
some
that
reason I thought
game
it was
is
anything else. I fucking
he's
don't know how I thought that was anything else. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. I'm sorry. Fucking
yeah. I guess
tired.
he's saying that game is
Oh, who
not
said
doing
that?
the
I got to look at the
hottest
chat.
with the Sonic Andres.
Oh, hey Sonic, thank you for stopping by. I heard that actually. That now that you mentioned that they're doing some weird shit like that. Because I do have a few friends that like playing that game.
I've only played that game one time, and I just got done playing Immortals Phoenix Rising, and I was just like, I'm good.
I need my games to have guns and lots of shooting, and then I'll play it.
Ah man, typical bot. Typical bot. But
Man, you
all
can just
right.
blame the. You
Yep.
know what, Ham? I don't like you. That's all. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
I wanted to say real quick, I
what's
found
up?
a console command for Doom Eternal that lets me increase my FOV higher than what the game allows me to. So 130 FOV, here I come. All right, that's all I wanted to say.
My goodness,
I've
that
been
game
like,
needs to be laid to rest.
you know what? No, I can't. Every time, Ham, every fucking time you mention Persona, another hour gets added in under a minute. I'm just letting you know right now, bud. Just letting
Oh
you
my
know, bud.
goodness.
Just
All
letting you know,
right.
bud. Every time you're rubbing a teacher's shoulders, I'm fucking putting in another hour.
Well, you got a lot of hours to go then, bud, because
Yeah,
I've got a lot of
exactly.
shoulder rubs.
fucking,
I'm up all
fucking
night
have
getting
a
these
hard
shoulder
on.
rubs, bud.
Do you have a hard on? What's happening?
Oh my
Dude,
god,
I'm
Oh
in
god,
the
I
thick of it.
that is nuts.
oh god.
Anyways.
God help us all.
All right,
That's all I got to
anyways.
say.
Let's go on ahead and start to close this out though.
Mhm.
Let's hit up and talk
Work.
about the overrated and underrated games that we have seen or played or whatever. Whether it's as of lately or way back in the past. Talk about a game that you feel is either underrated or overrated. And I want to go to you first, Matt.
Oh, that's easy. Underrated Evil West. I saw that Metacritic score and I was like, "Oh geez, how bad is this game?" And then I played it and I was like, "What?" I was taken aback by that Metacritic score. I don't think that
What was the
deserves
score?
to be. It's like a 73 or something.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
73 isn't like the worst.
it's not a terrible score, but I just like I saw it and I was like I was expecting because when I was on the show last week on Bullshit and we gave our predictions for it, and mine was the lowest. I said 78. I was expecting it to be like 82, 80. And I
All
saw
right.
73. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And I played it and I was like, this is as good as I thought it was gonna be.
I
I
think the
don't
thing is a lot of people nowadays are kind of like if anything, some people if it plays Xbox 360 like it's an automatic 8 and up. If anything plays from that generation for a lot of people it's a 6 and under. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those type of like either you love it or you hate it.
sure, sure,
I
yeah.
really I think it's one of those things.
I can see that. But I love that game. I think it's definitely underrated.
Okay. All right. How about you, Ardays Mike? What is an under or overrated game for you? Whether it's new
Um
or old.
I like did I already said Severed Steel was an underrated game because I really think that game's underrated, especially by at least the FPS like indie scene. It's a really fun game. I just think that game's underrated. It's fast paced, it has cool slow mo, and it's fun and it's funny, and I love it. And that's all I really got to say because I'm gonna keep it real with you. I kind of forgot about this segment, so I'm gonna say Severed Steel and overrated. I'm gonna say Evil West. All right, that's it.
There you
Oof. Oof.
Just kidding. I
Oof.
don't know.
Oof.
I don't even own it. What
Okay,
about you,
fair
Ham?
enough. So for me, as overrated, Doom Eternal. That's pretty clear.
Shut your whore mouth.
Enough said. Done talking.
Fucking Persona 5. That's it. All right. Okay.
No, but
I mean, I agree with that. Good lord.
but anyways, so I'm actually gonna go underrated. Even though it's been getting pretty popular reviews from people as of lately, I'm still gonna call it underrated just because of the the way you may look at this game before you actually play it, and it's Vampire Survivors. That game is I know I said earlier it's a freaking drug and you shouldn't do it. I see what Cozy was talking about when she was saying don't play it, don't play it, don't play it because once you start playing it and you actually like give it like an hour, good luck getting off after that hour. You'll probably want to hop right back in there and just keep grinding away. And there's all these little things that you find within the game that make it super duper fun to play. I've also played a little bit of Sonic Frontiers, and that game to me is also underrated compared to like the scores that it got. Kind of like what Matt was saying about Evil West. Like you see the scores and you're just like, that's not how I feel about it, but whatever.
Yeah,
Like scores are gonna be scores, and they don't
pretty
always make
much.
sense. And I don't really play games because of a score that somebody else gave it. I just find it interesting, and I wonder every time I see a score, like, how did it get that? Or that makes sense, or they're out of their minds, or you know. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I recommend Sonic Adventure, or not Sonic Adventure, Sonic Frontiers. It reminds me a lot of Sonic Adventure, and then also um Vampire Survivor. But I
Okay.
think that's all for me right now. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say before we get up out of here?
I'm totally
Uh,
good.
Matt's a fraud.
That's a fact.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Shut
All
the
right.
fuck up. I just love that. Shut the fuck up. All
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't got
yeah.
much else to say.
So Sonic Andre said critics don't know how to play Frontiers. The player base gave it a higher reviews, and that's how it should be. And that those should be the real critics, is the people that actually like are like playing those kind of games and stuff like that. And I mean, when it comes to like a centralized score where everybody comes to and plays, I feel like it'd be a little easier if we seen like the direction and why they would score a game either low or high. So like if you have a reviewer that's known to play a lot of Sonic games, or a reviewer that's known to play a lot of games that's outside of their element, it would be interesting to know that, so then the review would kind of make some sense or have some, significant meaning behind it, instead of, oh, this is just another review that got 60 or
Yeah.
72 or 99. Like, I mean, there, and I think the worst culprit of it is 0 scores and 100% scores. Those are the worst culprits of these crazy judgments within games. Like when somebody gives a game like 72 or 89, or even like a 94 or something like that, it's a little easier to swallow, and you're just like, I feel like this person actually paid attention to it, compared to when you see somebody give it like a 0 or like a 5 or a 99 or 100. Then you're like, what game is really 100? Like, come on. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like what game
Yeah.
is really 100? Like
Anything
like
PlayStation makes, baby. Sorry.
well, it's just weird. Whenever a new Xbox game comes out, or a new PlayStation game, or a new Nintendo game comes out, there's
Yeah.
always like this crowd of
Everyone
people
gives it
that give
100.
it hundreds all across the board, or zeros across the board. And it's just like, dude, like this is like trolling to the highest extent on on a gaming review. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
I don't buy it. But
when you guys
I
get the
don't
chance,
either.
I want to say real quick, just
go
take a
ahead.
look at the latest reply to the Game Drain VOD. We got a lot of lovely little comments under mine. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait, what happened?
Just take a look at the Game Drain VOD's replies, and you'll get it.
Game Dream Vods replies. All right. I will do that.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
I'm kind of curious what you're even talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, anyways,
Why
I
the
think
fuck
that
would
brings us
oh.
I think that brings us to the end of the show. I appreciate everybody that stopped through and came through to kick it with us. Remember to hit that like button if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button if you want to come back and check us out when we're talking about more different games, with more news. There's a little bit more live because it's been quiet for the last few weeks. It feels like. But what are you reading? I'm curious.
You replied to the Game Train. I got scammed. Sad face, and it's got like 10 replies.
No
Oh my
way.
God.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. 10 replies and 2 quote retweets.
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
It's
Oh
fucking
my
phenomenal.
God. Is that how you're gonna go about spreading the information about Game Drain is through scams?
Yeah.
Retweet
I got
it,
scammed.
quote tweet it. I got scammed.
By the
The
way,
Game
come check
Dream
out my
scammed
show.
me.
Come check out my show to fix the scam.
If you want to fix my scam, come see me on my live stream.
They say the only way I can get my stuff back is if we get 200 concurrent viewers.
And one lucky viewer gets a $20 card.
Right.
Oh God.
All right. Well, y'all take it easy. Thanks for coming through. Matt, go ahead and let them know where they can find you, and same with you, Mike.
At Matt Likes Games on Twitter and Matt Likes Games on YouTube, and that is it.
You can find me at Twitter at Hard Days Mike.
Goats.
And Goats. And Twitch is also Hard Days Mike. I am losing my mind because I'm exhausted. So have a great night, everybody.
So
Right?
yeah,
Have
and
a
then
great
me,
night.
Ham Solo 05 Gaming, you can find me here every Sunday, but then also on TSWS Gaming on YouTube with me, Loke Cozy Beluga, every Friday, and then I do a few interviews throughout the week, and then I also made a new account on this other social media website called Hive.
Oh,
I've been
that's
doing a
right.
few posts and stuff like that on there, so you can check me out on there as well. But anyways,
Same.
yeah, we are out of here. Thanks everybody for stopping through, and thanks to those of you that are watching us afterwards. Have a good week, and I hope you guys had a good Black Friday and Thanksgiving. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
See ya.